Hi everyone, it's Allegra, and today I wanted to tell you about my vision of the City of Captivity. The City of Captivity is a city in the second heaven. It is Babylon. It's presided over by Mystery Babylon, and it's a spiritual city, but it's also a prison. And the Lord gave me a vision of this giant prison, and it looked like the Tower of Babel, but it was so interesting. Even though it was an ancient stone prison, it had rooms like a house. And in these different rooms, there were people chained up and taken captive. And the way that we get taken captive and put in this prison is through our sin, our idolatry, ungodly soul ties. There's different ways that our souls are fragmented, and sometimes our spirits get taken captive and put in this prison of Babylon. And in the vision, the first room was the bedroom. So it's this giant stone prison cell. And inside of it were all of these captive people taken captive by their sin, their sexual sin, whether it be adultery or fornication or pedophilia, homosexuality. Their souls had been taken captive and put in this room, and they were imprisoned. They were chained up in this room. And the second room was the dressing room. And in the dressing room were the people that had been taken captive by vanity. And they had idolized clothing and shoes and makeup and self. It's all about self. So they were chained up in the dressing room. And then there was the dining room. In the dining room, all these people were chained up to the table because they idolized food, and their food was their lover. Actually, they had turned away from the Lord and they focused on food, and they had food addictions, and they were obsessed with food. So they were chained to this table in the dining room. And the next room is the media room. And in that room, all these people were chained because of their addiction to television and movies and video games and the internet, and it had taken their souls captive. And the next room is the home office. And in the home office were all these businessmen and businesswomen, and they were chained to these desks because they idolized money, they idolized success, they idolized work, they were workaholics, and therefore they were chained up in this home office. And the final room was very tragic. It was the basement, and the basement was a dungeon. And in the dungeon were the people who had been being tormented, and they'd been taken captive through torture, through torment, through rape, and they had horrific things done to them, and part of their soul had been taken captive. And many of the people in the dungeon were satanic ritual abuse victims, and they had been taken captive. So if this sounds like any part of you has been taken captive, So just come to the Lord and tell him that you repent for those things, and ask him to set you free and to retrieve your soul fragment or your captive spirit out of the dungeon. And my next video is going to be about the process of soul fragmentation, how our souls get fragmented. And I'm going to give a testimony about my own personal life, and then I'm going to show you how to retrieve your soul parts. And so anyway, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.